Here we go. We got a treat. Let's bring in a company with a strong pulse of the broader economy across pretty much everywhere. Talking about EY Chairman CEO Carmine Di Sibio. He's joining us now. Hey, Carmine, great to have you out here on the show.
Thanks, Jim. It's great to be here. It's great to be here.
Well, you know, you talk to everybody. You actually do talk to everybody. I mean, he even talks to the king. The King of England actually showed up there in the coronation.
Yeah.
Are people going to stop hiring for now, both because of the economy and also because maybe you can hire people? ChatGPT is cheaper to hire.
Yeah. So we have been seeing a slowdown in hiring, Jim, across the board, in particular in professional services, which is what we're in, but really in any kind of more professional kind of jobs. And so that has been slowing down. That's something, if you look at a lot of the consulting firms, including ourselves, they've moved their start dates for their new hires. Their new hires are supposed to start in September or even August. They've all been pushed back to January. And so there is, you know, the job market is actually a lot tougher than it was 6 months ago. So we are seeing that, you know, as we move along here. And it really has nothing to do with ChatGPT yet. It has to do with the fact that many companies were hiring based on attrition rates that were much higher. A year ago, a year and a half ago, post-COVID, you know, people were leaving, great resignation. Those attrition rates, for example, for ourselves, went from over 20% down to 12 pretty suddenly. And so therefore, you know, a lot of companies, including ourselves, have found ourselves with more people than we need at this point in time.
Do you think there'll be a round of layoffs the way we've seen previously going into recessions? Right now, we really don't have many big such and such a company lays off 5,000.
Well, in the tech sector, we've seen some of that. We've seen, you know, announcements of that. Of course, it's a small percentage of the workforce because there's been so many jobs that have been created. But I think you'll see more of that as we move into it. Now, that does not count the service sector, hotels, restaurants. There, the job market is still pretty tough. There, we still need more people. We need more services people. And that's, when I talk to our clients in those businesses, that's still an issue.
Well, aren't you surprised that wages remain so strong away from that industry? And I say that because you would think that somehow the Fed would be able to say, we see wages peaking, but they're not.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at that. I think that's a good point. They're not really peaking. And, you know, I think maybe that's a little bit of a laggard. You'll see more of that in the next few months, for sure. But, you know, if you get into the whole ChatGPT thing, that will, you know, that is, everyone's talking about it. It's number one item, AI, generative AI. We're doing a lot of work in this area with our clients and with ourselves. We've created, for example, we do a lot of work with HR functions of companies. We've created basically a chatbot that answers all the questions employees have around their pay stub and everything else. This ChatGPT with OpenAI on Azure, it's ingesting 500 questions a day, and it's learning really, really fast. And this is something that we'll utilize ourselves, but we'll also license out to clients.
Are you seeing the number of use cases? I mean, I think J.P. Morgan yesterday said their number is up 34 year on year.
Yeah, no, the
active
number,
use cases.
The number of use cases, Carl, is going through the roof, and it's all different sectors. Some of the use cases are more set on efficiency, which will mean that it will replace some jobs. Some are more set on, you know, generating revenue, and how do you generate more revenue. So the use cases, we really look at it by sector. Each sector, and we're working with different companies in sector, have different types of use cases. And we're working with a lot of our clients on those exact use cases.
What about productivity then? I know it's early, incredibly early, but I mean, every 48 hours there seems to be some sort of step function here. Yeah. What are your expectations when it comes to productivity in terms of the use of generative AI over, let's call it, the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, David, I think that's a good point. You know, like everything else, people start saying, oh my God, it's going to replace all these jobs and so forth. But this is really an evolution. You know, like everything else in technology, it'll evolve. It will definitely replace jobs, and it will make things more productive, but it's going to take time, and jobs will change, just like any other piece of technology.
So you're not in the belief that it will wholesale replace a lot of jobs across the board?
Over the long term, it will replace a lot of jobs, but those jobs will also change. That's been true with almost every piece of technology that's been invented.
Can you tell us about Europe? You've been there so many times. Is Europe stronger than the United States?
No, I will say, Jim, Europe is incredibly resilient. I mean, that's the word that I use with Europe. I mean, every time we think things are going wrong, there's a war in Europe, Europe just kind of moves through. People are resilient, consumers are resilient, and for us, Europe's done incredibly well. We have very good growth in Europe, double-digit growth, a lot more transformations going on than people realize. Some of those are more exemplified in the U.S., but there's a lot of them going on in Europe with different countries, different companies.
Why I am just curious about the split or the plan to split. You were obviously supportive of that, pushing it. You spent a good amount of money on it. How disappointed were you when you had to decide to shelve that split of audit and consulting?
Yeah. David, I was obviously very disappointed. It's something that the strategic rationale behind the split made all the sense in the world. It still makes all the sense in the world. But the execution of it, the complication of it, remember, we're a partnership. We're a series of partnerships. We're not a corporate. A lot of CEOs you all talk to, they say, go that way, and everyone goes that way. With us, it's much more consensus-driven in terms of all the partners. And so it didn't happen this time. We have a lot of learnings that we're incorporating into our strategy going forward. One of our advisors told me early on that we'll learn a lot more about the organization. And I've been there 38 years, so I know a lot of the organization. But it's amazing when you go through a process like this how much you learn, and we're incorporating that into going forward.
I know I'm supposed to end, but I have to ask you, Coronation, what was it like to be there?
It was great. I think I'm involved in this organization, this Sustainable Markets Initiative, with Brian Moynihan and with now King Charles. And our whole mission is to really get the private sector much more involved in sustainability and working with the public sector. So that's one of the reasons why I was there. King Charles is very, very passionate about this, and he makes it known.